So just a complete blessing and joy for me to be here this morning with you. So excited, and hopefully you're excited to practice too. So as we find that comfortable seated position, middle of the mat, I invite you to close your eyes, invite you to deepen the breath. And if you're just logging on now, maybe do a quick like, a hello, but then I invite you for this time together, this next 45, 50 minutes or so, just to let that all go. No technology needed. Maybe closing your eyes, imagining, picturing us in this room together at Princeton Club. That's what we're about here. We're about community, family, a connection. Relax the shoulders down from the ears. We lengthen the spine. We begin to let that breath flow in and out. Lower belly expanding out with the inhale. And coming back towards the spine with the exhale. Each breath, we drift a little further away from that outside world. This morning as we practice, we're reviewing this later on today, every time of day we find this. We let go. I want you to picture your heart as a garden. There's many things we can plant in that heart space. We can plant anxieties and worries. It's like the weeds of the garden. When left unattended, they grow quickly. They begin to consume and take over that garden. So as we breathe here, each inhale we breathe in, I want you to picture weeding that garden. The inhale pulls those weeds out from that soil of the heart. And the exhale blows them far away. Continue with that breath, weeding that soil of the heart. Anxieties, worries, fears being pulled up and out. And then the exhale blows those away. Continue with that for several rounds of breath. Drifting further and further away. Even if you join us later on in this practice, feel free to jump in. You can always catch the beginning later on once it's posted in its entirety. As eyes are closed, as far as you know, you are in this space. We are all in this together. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we've pulled some of those weeds from that garden of the heart. It's important to begin to plant new seeds. Positive seeds of joy, of love, of peace, of calm, understanding. So if we leave that garden empty, as we know with a typical garden, it'll come right back without much effort. Well, it takes a little bit more effort to plant those seeds of positivity and love. Rewards, that harvest, so much more beautiful. Everything we have going on, as much as a physical matter, with our health, our bodies, our hearts are just as important. Not only feeding ourselves, but caring for others that might not be as fortunate, that might have compromised immune systems. Maybe those that are struggling mentally with everything going on currently in our world, our society. This is really a turning point. It's a reset for our society coming out of this. If we take this time, as we're away from people, can we work on our own heart? So when we come back from this current state of isolation, can we be stronger, more loving, recognize the beauty in each one of us? Instead of focusing on connectivity, online through our social media, can we begin to focus on human connectivity? There's times when that technology works, like today, that does bring us together. So let's take the good that it has to offer. Let's plug in, let's build ourselves up, strengthen ourselves, and then reconnect with that world. Two rounds of deep, full breath, breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, and then breath roll off of the back of the throat, H-A-Ha sound. Breathing in. And out. Begin to roll the shoulders up, back, and down from the ears. I'll mention too, if you don't have a yoga mat, towel, carpet works perfectly fine. If you need yoga blocks, maybe grab some Tupperware. Someone also commented that they're going to grab a couple of toilet paper rolls. If you need a strap, you can always use a belt or a tie. The most important thing as we come to our mats is just simply to be in this moment, have gratitude for that moment, this blessing we've been given, and breathe. Shoulders drop down, chin drops down towards the chest, head falls hanging heavy. Let the mouth fall open, jaw relaxes. And then begin to move the chin along the chest, up towards one shoulder with the inhale, and then back down towards the chest, and up towards the other shoulder. Exhale as it comes down to center, inhale as the chin comes to the opposite shoulder. Our breath guiding our practice this morning. Four times to each side. Then head lifts up. Eyes begin to open. We drop the head off towards the right side. Right hand can assist in that stretch. Left shoulder drops. And then lengthening to the left side of the neck. We're not pulling, craning the head and neck. Just a gentle weight if you like. Hand on the head, release, back to center. And then left ear drops towards left shoulder. Right shoulder drops. Left hand can assist. Just this moment, just this breath. Outside world fading further and further away. Release that hand from the head if it was there, half center. Lean back slightly. Switch the cross of the legs. Other leg on top or in front. Shoulders up, back, and down. Reset. Deep inhale. Arms sweep out wide, lifting up tall, reaching to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, hands lower, heart center. Inhale, sweep out, lift up. Big reach in the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, hands lower. And then continue a few rounds on your own with that breath. Each breath filling you up. Heart, mind, body, soul. Talk about gratitude. Appreciating those small blessings in our lives. Those smaller blessings that we often overlook. We instead look towards that next big thing coming up. So as we sweep out, lifting up, I want to imagine scooping up all of those blessings, pulling them up, harvesting them, and back to the heart center where we plant them. 2 more times through that breath. And then hands will come back to heart center. Round breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. through the mouth. Relaxing the hands down. And then we begin to swing the hands forward towards the top of our mat, our towel, our space, wherever we might find ourselves here this morning. Palms spread wide, each fingertip grips into the mat. We're stacking wrists, elbows, shoulders, knees, and hips. Elbow extra press, top of the feet into the mat, making that connection with the earth. This morning we're grounding ourselves. We're building that solid foundation we can take from our practice into our lives, harvesting patience, love, joy, understanding, forgiveness. Qualities we'll need more than ever as we move through this next period of time together, whatever that looks like. Deep inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, cat. Chin drops down towards the chest. Head falls, hanging heavy. Little vertebrae pull it up to the sky as attached to a string. Inhale. Slight gaze forward and up. Chest opening up towards the floor. Slight back bend, mini back bend. Deep inhale and count. Exhale, cat. Inhale and ready, count. And then exhale, cat. Continue on your own. One breath, one movement. Breath is the guide. Getting lost in that breath. Pretty cool to think as we practice here this morning that this moment was designed perfectly for us before we were even born. It was planned. This moment created for us to be together. For that, I'm truly grateful. A few more times, cat and come. And then working our way back to a neutral spine. Maybe each hand takes a hand space step forward. We step back to plank, we hold in plank. Some modifications for class today. If a lifted plank doesn't work for you, it can always be knees, tops of feet to the mat. Anything going on with your wrist, you can always make a fist instead of that palm flat into the mat. Soft gaze looking down in between the hands. Core turned on, active and strong. Belly button pulling in towards the spine. You can feel a heat, a fire building in the core. That heat building, traveling up towards the head and down towards the feet and through the heels. Deep inhale and plank. Exhale, hips lift back and up, down dog. Begin to walk that up. First time here, left and right. Ears hang heavy in between the biceps. Relax the upper back to the back of the shoulders. Even turning the soft part of the elbows slightly forward. Helping to relax the shoulders, the back. Down dog doesn't work for us. We can always find a child's pose. This practice this morning is all about what you need. Things might have changed drastically from the last time you were on your mat. If you just need to sit quietly and breathe or lie down if that's where you need to be. So we can join with rest. We can take breaks when needed. 3 more rounds of deep full breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Breathing in. And out. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, floating forward to plank. Drop to the knees or stay lifted as we exhale, lowering down, elbows pulling tight towards the body. Inhale, either cobra, belly button to the mat, or we can extend the arms long, upward facing dog. Either posture, we take 2 rounds of breath. Feel the shoulders peel back and down away from the ears. Second round of breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more inhale. Exhale, toes flip, hips lift, back and up, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts back up behind us, 3-legged dog, big reach, long reach through the leg, through the toes. Feeling the right heel drop a little closer to the earth. And then left foot steps forward through in between the hands. Right foot stays back, we press back through the heel, long leg. Soft gaze looking down, just in front of your left foot. Long spine. We have props, blocks, Tupperware, toilet rolls right there under the hands. Right palm into the mat. Left fingertips reach up to the sky. Body opens up in a twist. One long line. Right wrist through left fingertips. Always an option to drop that back knee if we'd like. And then the left hand floats down. Right knee, top of the right foot to the mat. Inhale, reach up towards the sky through the fingertips. Kneeling lunge. Long extension. Even as we reach up through the fingertips, try not to pinch the shoulders, pull those down the rib cage. Just a little bit. Deep inhale. Exhale, goalpost arms. A little back bend here. Arms at a 90-degree angle, back of the hands trying to come together. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands drop down. Off of that back knee, right foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift, shoulders scapula retract. Exhale, over down. Inhale, sweep up, lift up, big reach to the sky. Exhale, back bend, hips press forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Half lift. And lower back down. Hands plant. Right foot steps back. Left leg back up behind us, 3-legged dog. Option to stay here. Down dog. We're going to find a slight bend in that left leg. Dropping it back over the right. Stacking the hips. In a twist. Slight glance looking underneath the left armpit. Drop the left elbow a little bit. Squaring the left hip. And then out of that twist, if we found it, foot down, down dog. Forward to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Sweep up and through. Toes flip. Down dog, second side. Right leg lifts up behind us. Big reach, hold for a moment. Find length, extension through the right leg, through the toes. Left heel drops. And then right foot steps forward in between the palms. Low runner's lunge. Keep pressing back through the left heel. Find that length. If your spine's kind of rounding down, maybe you do use those props just to lift up. Maybe you tent the fingers. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Left palm plants into the mat. Right fingertips reach up to the sky. Body opens up in a twist. On the second side. Option again is there to drop that back knee. Right hand floats back down. Left knee, top of left foot drop to the mat. Inhale. Rise up. Kneeling lunge, fingertips reaching up. So if you're familiar with our yoga room where we usually practice Tuesday mornings, we look out over our indoor pool and out through some beautiful glass windows looking towards Beloit Road in the field. Beautiful sunshine today, that light filtering into the space. So leave a little sunshine where you're at. Sunshine, light, fresh air, that breath, so important for our healing. Our body, our heart, our mind, our soul. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, chest expansion, second side. Palms face forward. Maybe a slight glance up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, hands float down. Off of that back knee. Footsteps forward. Forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, lower down. Reverse swan dive, sweep out, lift up, big reach to the sky. Exhale, backward bend. Glutes engage, hips press forward. One more round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale, fall back a little further. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Half lift. And lower down. Hands come down, left foot steps back, right leg back up behind us, three-legged dog. Option to bend that leg and drop it back over the left, stacking the hips in a twist. Soft gaze looking underneath the right arm. Body beginning to warm a little bit now from the movement, the breath, the energy, this common space between out of the twist if we found it. Foot down, down dog. Forward to plank. Lower down with control. Chaturanga. Elbows in tight. Inhale. Cobra up dog. Toes flip down dog. Forward to plank. Last time through, lowering down. Sweep up and through. And then we drop to the knees. Let the hips fall back. Child's pose. Forehead comes into the mat. We can have the knees together. We can have the knees separate, big toes touching, falling into that space we've created. We're always trying to find that contact point, forehead to the mat. So if that means for us lifting our hips up a little bit, we can always have time to allow the hips to drop. So we're still in that child's pose, breathing in and breathing out. Our knees are together, that lower belly expanding into the legs. And if the knees are separated, that lower belly dropping towards the earth. Once again, down dog, child's pose, postures we can find anytime during our practice. Listen to what you need. It's about you right now filling up that cup. You can then interact with your loved ones, the world around you. Round of deep cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, begin to lift up. All fours, hands and knees. Step back to plank. Hips lift back and up. Down dog. Begin to walk the feet forward towards the top of the mat. Body hangs heavy, forward fold. Walk the knees, the hips, left, right. Roll the wrists in one direction and the other. Head is heavy. You'll sway if that feels good to you. And then from here, slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Shin comes to chest. Shoulders roll back. Head lifts. Allow the eyes to close. Mountain pose. Palms facing forward. Find a little bit of a sway to begin with, side to side. A few circles in one direction, then the other. And then we come back to center. Palms spread wide. Pulling up power, strength from that foundation, building up the legs, the hips, the core, up and out the crown of the head. So we build that foundation here in our practice today, physically, but also we build that foundation emotionally through the heart, through love, through joy, through the mind. A calm washes over us. Breathing in and out. We build that foundation here so that carries out into our lives. So when those storms of life come upon us, they might rock us, they might sway us. But we can come back to this moment and know we are strong, that storm will never completely knock us off of that foundation we built. Breathing in and out. Eyes can begin to flutter back open if you'd like. Begin to move the fingers, the arms, the shoulders. Next, inhale. Arms sweep out wide, lifting up tall, reaching in the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Weight back in the heels, fingertips. Reach forward. Trust your balance, weight back in the heels. I'd like to find an advanced chair pose right here. You can start by turning up the left side of your mouth, followed by the right. That's called a smile. Hopefully you're smiling back at me right now. What about you, but coming into this space for Tuesday and Friday to teach? That's my happy place, my sanctuary, that escape from the outside world. But please feel this morning that you're part of that as well. The special community we have at Princeton Club. If you're joining us and not a member of Princeton Club, welcome as well. Love to have you here today. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive. Flat back, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Reverse swan dive, sweep out, lift up. And then coming right back into that chair. Building strength. Join this moment we've been given. Palms touch. We twist. Left elbow outside of the right leg and knee. Right elbow towards the sky. Chest opening up towards the thumbs. Just for perspective, if you're used to this yoga room, twisting towards the pool. Out of that twist back to center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Half lift. And lower down. Reverse swan dive. Sweeping out, lifting up. Exhale, chair pose. Hold that again for the moment. And then palms touch, twisting opposite direction. Right elbow outside of left leg and knee. Left elbow to the sky. Breathing in and breathing out. Just this moment, just this breath. Out of the twist, back to center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Half lift. Lower down. Reverse swan dive. We're going to find one more round of chair if you'd like a challenge. Maybe lifting up high off the heels onto the toes. Balancing chair. A little flatter back. It's up against a flat back chair. Long spine. Natural for the legs. Shake a little bit here. Perfectly fine to have the heels down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels drop. Swan dive, forward fold. Half lift. And lower down. Right foot steps back. Left foot stays forward. Low runner's lunge. Drop the right foot. Heel outer edge of the foot into the mat. Inhale, sweep up. Warrior two. Left fingertips reaching forward, right behind. Sinking, dropping the hips in the center. Left knee comes up over the ankle. And the right hip stays back. Soft gaze looking past the left fingertips. Pulling back to the left heel. Pulling in from the inside of the right leg and foot. We're ripping the mat apart. It's amazing. The further we get into this practice, the more natural it seems. The more I can just feel your guys' presence here. The energy that you bring each and every week. So excited to keep that going during this time apart. Front leg goes long. Triangle reaching forward through the left fingertips. We can reach no more. Hand comes down to the shin. A block, Tupperware, toilet paper roll, or the floor. Right fingertips reach up to the sky. Big reach. Body in one plane, pressed between two panes of glass. Open chest, lungs, right side of the body. Breathe into that space. Next, inhale, lifting back up, bending into the front leg, left palm to the sky. Exhale, reverse warrior. It's kind of interesting walking into the club this morning. It's the first one here. We still had some tunes cranking. It was just me and Madonna, a little Papa Don't Preach. Was there dancing? Of course there was. One more round of breath. Inhale. And exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Hands windmill down, framing the foot. Pivot to the right toes. Bring your left hand inside the left foot. So we set up for dragon. Right knee, top of right foot to the mat. We can stay here, arms lengthened, hands on floor or props. Or we can lower down, forearms, elbows to props or floor. Head falls, hanging heavy. Deep breath in. And deep breath up. Let the head gently sway a little if that feels good. If we like in our dragon, we can also begin to drop the left knee out, rolling to the outer edge of the left foot. See how that releases the hip. And then we come back and forth, sole of foot to the mat. Knee dropping out. If it's right for you, we'll take 3 more rounds of deep breath, dragon. Slowly coming back up, extending through the arms. Left hand outside of the left foot, right toe sticking to the mat, knee lifts up. Left leg back up behind us, 3-legged dog. A little more work through the core. Left knee comes in towards the left elbow, hips drop and hover. Left leg lifts back up behind, 3-legged dog. Left knee comes over towards the right elbow as hips drop to that hover. Left leg back up behind us. Foot steps down, down dog. Forward to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Sweep up and through, cobra or up dog. Toes flip, down dog. Feet walk forward to the top of the mat. Body hangs heavy, forward fold. Hands to shins, half lift. And lower down, reverse swan dive. Sweep up, lift up, big reach to the sky. Head falls back, back bend. Maybe looking for the new spot behind you on the ceiling. Walk towards the back of your room, maybe even seeing the wall. Fall back one more time with the exhale. And then inhale, lift up. Swan dive, forward fold, half lift, and lower down. Left foot steps back, right foot stays forward. Warrior two, second side, drop that foot, heel, inhale, sweep up. Warrior 2, second side. Right knee out, left hip back. You can play with the hips a little bit to find that opening. If our shoulders feel tight, try turning both palms to face the sky. Feel the shoulders release. And then palms can turn back down. Shoulders remain relaxed. Just this moment, just this breath, just this blessing that we've been given. Not thinking back to the past, not skipping ahead, worrying about the future. The future can worry about itself because we know we have this time. The only time we're guaranteed for sure. So we embrace it, we live it, we breathe it. Front leg goes long, triangle second side, reaching forward through the right fingertips. Hand down to shin, block, or fingertips. Brushing the floor. Two long legs, so if we start to bend into that leg, we can always come up. Hand to shin, we can also always come to the thigh for support. This time open chest, heart, lungs, left side of the body. Inhale, lift up, bend in the front leg, warrior 2, right palm to the sky. Exhale, reverse warrior. Biceps. Coming closer to the face, falling back. Make sure that right knee continues to travel up, stacking above the ankle. Inhale, warrior 2, exhale, hands to the middle down, framing the foot, pivot left toes. Right hand inside the right foot. Dragon. Left knee, top of left foot, drop to the mat. Once again, staying lifted or dropping down, forearms, elbows, props, or the floor. Head falls, hanging heavy. Any of your kids, children watching right now, special welcome to you. Happy to be part of your virtual schooling. Since I was young, I've always wanted to say the phrase, "You've been schooled." If we found that movement before, dropping to the outer edge of the foot, we can find it again, knee falls away. We massage the hip and glutes a little bit, moving back and forth. So the foot makes its way back to the mat. We come back to hands, lengthening through the arms. Right hand outside of the right foot, left toes stick into the mat, right leg back up behind us, three-legged dog, finding that core engagement again if you choose. Right knee floats forward towards right elbow, hips drop and hover. Keep your breath steady, constant. And then right leg lifts back up behind us. Right knee travels over by left elbow as hips drop. Right leg lifts back up behind us. And then foot comes down, down dog. Forward to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Sweep up and through. Toes flip. Hips lift back and up, down dog. Walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Body hangs heavy in a forward fold. We'd like this time, grabbing the opposite elbow with each hand. Ragdoll. We'll sway here. A few circles, figure eights with those elbows. Blood rushing to the head in this inversion, healing, comforting, nourishing. And then releasing that grip if we found it, slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Chin to chest, shoulders roll back, head lifts, eyes closed, mountain pose. We'll shift side to side and then find your center. Four corners of each foot, rooted to the mat. Four edges of each foot, rooted to the mat. Just letting your body be still, resisting that urge, that temptation to wiggle, to itch. Definitely don't want to touch your faces, right? It's amazing though, isn't it, when you're finally told by somebody, by experts, not to touch your face. What happens? You realize just how much you touch your face. So whenever you have that urge, just find breath instead. Open the eyes, begin to find movement again side to side, and bring the weight into the left leg and hip. We're going to find balance next in tree pose. Right sole of foot, ankle joint, toes touching the mat for support. Calf, or if we'd like, above the knee on the inside of the thigh. Knee turns up, hips square forward, arms can be down, hands heart center, or reaching up the arms to the sky. Even as we reach up, shoulders are relaxed. Imagine that left kneecap pulling up towards the hip. Exhale, grounds or balance that foot into the mat. Keep turning the right knee out and breathe. Palms come together, hands lower heart center. We release that top leg. We shake out the standing. We shift weight over to the right leg and foot for balance and tree. Left sole of foot. Somewhere along that leg, second side. Once we have that foot where we want it to be, we can come to the same arm-hand position. We can find a new one. Maybe you're even getting to practice yoga in your pajamas this morning. That is super awesome. Tuck the tailbone. 2 more rounds of breath. And palms come together. Lower to heart center. Release that top leg. Shake out standing. Come back to the top of your mat if you moved. Inhale, sweep out, lift up. Exhale. Swan dive, forward fold. Hands come down, feet step down to plank. And then we're slowly going to lower all the way down to the mat. Chin comes to the mat, tops of feet to the mat. Spine strengthening pose, locust. Arms alongside the body, fingers reaching back behind us, palms facing the sky. Inhale, engage the whole body, lift it up. Upper body, legs pointing back to the toes. Make sure we especially continue to breathe. Breath will support that posture. Inhale, lift up one more time. Exhale, come down. Shin to the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, elbows in tight. Press yourself back to child's pose. We're in child's pose. Lift your head up a little bit. Walk the hands off to the right. Option for left hand on top of right. Allow the head to fall back down. Head lifts back up, walking back through center, and then off the left side of the mat. Right hand can be placed on top of the left. Drop the head back down. Lengthening through that right side body. Head lifts up, walking the hands back through center. Lifting up all fours, hands and knees. Cross the legs behind you, coming seated. If you'd like, quick sip of water before we hit the floor. Cheers, my friends. We're going to put soles of the feet into the mat, knees facing the sky. We can reach back behind the legs for support, or we can reach forward through the fingertips. Slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time into the mat. Take your time. You can always find that support. If that doesn't work for you, you can meet us down on your back, any way that works best for you. Eventually, head will come to the mat, where we pull the knees into the chest. Big squeeze, legs, knees, feet side by side. Bring yourself some comfort here. On your mat, finding some circles, one direction then the other. Feel that comfort, that grounding this entire spine brings to your body. And then coming back to center. The final closing postures, happy baby. Knees, legs open up wide, hands, arms inside the legs. Hips lift up so we can grab a couple of places, calves and shins, or we can reach up to the outer edges of the feet, keeping the elbows inside the legs and knees. Soles of feet facing the sky, shin bone perpendicular to the floor, thigh bone parallel to it. Pull the shoulders down. Try to lower any vertebrae that popped up off of the mat back into it. Three rounds of deep breath, happy baby. Release that grip, pulling the knees back into the chest. We're going to allow the right leg to go long on the mat in front of us on the floor. Right hand outside of left leg and knee. We're going to bring that leg across the body. Spinal twist. Left arm out to the side. Relax through both legs, through the glutes. So that leg might not come all the way up and over. It might be halfway. You might place a prop underneath the floor. Underneath that leg, just making sure that left shoulder arm stays grounded. If you roll over so far that that's popping up, most likely gone a little too far. No competition, no judgment, no expectations. Just acceptance for where you are in this moment. Acceptance for friends joining us around the southeastern Wisconsin area. We've even shared this with a few other people that are joining us. Elsewhere, wherever you are, let you know that you are loved, you're cared for, you have worth, importance in this moment. Back under that twist, left knee pulls in, Right knee joins, big squeeze. Second side, left leg goes long. Left hand outside of the right leg. Across the body to the left, right arm. Up. Gaze point towards the sky. Feels okay on head and neck. Let the head fall to the right. Relax the face, forehead, temples, cheekbones, jaw. Relax completely. Feel that lengthened left leg. One more round of breath. And then coming out of the twist. Left knee pulls in to join the right. One last big squeeze. And then allow the soles of the feet to drop to the mat as we transition to our final posture, Shavasana. Whatever that looks like for us this morning. So we're caring for the lower back today. It might be feet separated wide, outer edge of the mat, knees fall together. Reclined butterfly an option, soles of feet touching, knees fall out. Or we can lengthen the legs. Separate the feet, let the toes roll out. Arms slightly separated from the body, palms facing up, and eyes are closed. So right now we're lying on our back. If that doesn't work for you, finding a different posture. For most of you, you will be on your back. So if you see me sit up, you just stay where you're at on your backs. Eyes are closed. Breath is deep. Every posture, breath, movement, moment of a class leads us right here where all the healing benefits take place. Rushing into the heart, the mind, the body, the soul. You feel loved, comforted, supported in this moment. As we said earlier, the perfect place for you to be. No other place you belong than right in this community. Breathing in and breathing out. Return back. That oh so important heart, that garden, that soil we cultivate. Hopefully by now, most of those weeds are pulled. It's not to say that one won't crop up from time to time, or even quite often, depending on the season of life you're going through. A reminder. Use your breath. Be aware of what's going on inside you. Pull those weeds of doubt, negativity, stress, anxiety, hate. And in that place, plant what truly matters. Love, joy, peace, forgiveness, understanding, kindness. We move through uncharted territory here, uncharted waters. But we know that more importantly than anything else, that we have each other, we have that heart, we have that life inside of us, we have that capacity to let that shine out to others, to love others and what they need. Further and further into our space, melting into the mat, relaxing through the head, the face, neck, shoulders soften and relax. That relaxation continues down through each arm, through the fingertips. Back to the neck, we work down the spine. One vertebrae at a time. We work ourselves down to the lower back, to the hips, the sacrum, glutes relax. Legs, front and back side, kneecaps relax. Calves, shins, ankles, heels, arches of the feet relax. Maybe giving each toe one last wiggle before the body is completely calm, completely still. It's so important to stay right where you are in this moment. Reap the benefits of your practice, that garden you planted. So when we come back from this place, we can harvest all the blessings. Take this time and breathe. Wiggle our fingers, our toes, bringing sensation back to the body. I invite you and encourage you to take a picture of what this feels like right now. If you're floating above you, look down on yourself, lying still, calm, and most importantly, content. Even during these uncertain times, we can be joyful. Joyful, being joyful. It's being okay on the inside, no matter what your circumstances may look like around you. Happiness is fleeting, depends on those circumstances. But right now, can you look inside, can you feel in your heart that contentment, that joy, knowing that you are okay, and having faith and hope that you will be okay. You're still on your back, begin to make your way, rolling over to one side, using your arm like a pillow, putting your legs into a comfortable position. Take 2 rounds of breath on that side. As you feel ready, return back to seated where we began our practice this morning. Long spine. Feels good. Keep the eyes closed a few moments longer as we begin to roll the shoulders up, back, and down from the ears. Back to stillness. 2 rounds of deep cleansing breath to close our practice. Inhale, arms sweep out, lifting up tall, palms touch. Deep exhale, H-A-Ha sound. Hands back to heart center. Inhale, sweep out, lift up, big reach. Palms touch. Exhale, hands lower, heart center, eyes open if still closed. Thank you so much for being here this morning with us, for your love, your presence, your energy, your passion for life, and what we do here in this space. This is a truly beautiful community. I thank you for being here. The light, the love, the joy in me, respect, honor, and knowledge, the light, love, and joy in all of you. Namaste. Blessings on your day.